Hello, folks. Welcome to Kudlow. I'm Larry Kudlow. All right. Once more with feeling. Joe Biden on the campaign hustings, desperately trying to sell something called Bidenomics. You know, middle out, bottom up. What does that mean? No one knows what it means. Hear this and weep.
Bidenomics is about building an economy from the middle out and the bottom up, not the top down. When I took office, the pandemic was raging and our economy was reeling.
Yep, there he goes again. Now, just one quick footnote on that one. The economy was reeling at a 6.5% annual growth rate. That was given to him on a silver platter by Donald Trump. Today, the economy is actually reeling at a 1% growth rate. So Boss Biden gets another bottomless Pinocchio. Now, how about this? Unleash prosperity. Now, that would be my kind of slogan. Or how about a rising tide lifts all boats? You know who said that? Democrat John F. Kennedy. Then the late, great supply-sider Jack Kemp always talked about a rising tide lifting all boats. Then Ronald Reagan used it all the time. In other words, everyone benefits from a pro-growth economic policy. The trouble with Joe Biden is he's a stick-in-the-mud class warrior. Middle, lower, upper, diversity, equity, inclusion, woke. It's all left-wing gibberish. Biden says his middle out, bottom up, whatever that means, is working. Sure it is, Joe. Okay? A couple new polls out today. YouGov just said 29% of voters approve of his inflation policy, while 61% disapprove. Overall, a recent AP NORC University of Chicago poll says 34% of voters approve of Biden's economic policy. 34%. So we have a wee bit of a disconnect here between his rhetoric and the reality. Or, in terms of middle out, bottom up, real hourly earnings, a.k.a. middle-class wages, are falling 3% at an annual rate. Falling. Or real average weekly earnings are dropping at a 5% annual rate. Dropping. Or, for the bottom quartile of income earners, which is about $38,000 a year or less, they've declined by 2.3% at an average rate under Joe Bidenomics. And for the second quartile, which is $57,000 or less, their real weekly wages have declined by 3.9% at an annual rate. So much for middle out, bottom up class warfare. Now, how about for the entire country? Just once. Cut out all this class warfare nonsense. Now, Joe Biden may be attacking Reaganomics, but think of this. After Ronald Reagan's tax cuts went into place in 1983, the economy grew at 6% at an annual rate for the next 2 years. Not 1%, 6%. And then, after a second round of tax cuts in 1986, the economy grew at a 5% annual rate for the entire 7-year period of his presidency, from 1982 to 1989. Now, after Joe Biden's $2 trillion American Rescue Plan, which was his landmark policy, a 6.5% economy delivered by Donald Trump sputtered to a 1% growth rate in Biden's first full year, 2022, and early 23. And after Trump hand-delivered a 1.4% inflation rate, under Bidenomics, it soared to a 9% inflation rate, which destroyed family affordability and worker incomes. Now, look it. Here's the most fundamental point I can make. Joe Biden is pursuing the most anti-business economic policies since FDR some 85 years ago. Biden has spent roughly $6 trillion, raised taxes across the board, generated over $500 billion worth of new regulations. He has waged war on fossil fuels, more warfare against large and small businesses, put together a massive vote-buying, grifting industrial policy, and engaged in the most central planning this country has ever seen. Big government socialism has been jammed down crazy left-wing nostrums like Green New Deals, no gas-powered cars, no microwaves, shower heads, gas-burning stove. Heck, You can't even get decent wood and coal-fired pizza. Consumer prices have gone up 15.6% in 2 years. The economy is stagnating, the country is unhappy, and his polls are plunging. Steve Forbes calls it modern socialism through the regulatory state. Art Laffer would yell from the rooftop that taxes have consequences. The great free market economist Milton Friedman is turning over in his grave. Heck, if John Maynard Keynes were still alive, he'd be screaming, "Stop, enough already." Thomas Jefferson would ask, "Where's life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness?" Adam Smith would send an annotated version of his book, Wealth of Nations. So I'll merely conclude with the greatest humility. Save America. Please send Joe Biden into retirement.